Hello students, and welcome to Module 4. This kicks off our first of 3 major speeches, so make sure that you are really paying attention to this video, taking notes, because there's lots of steps, there's lots of things that you must do, and so I'm going to break them down here, okay? So in the class, make sure that you're looking at a few important reminders. So it's going to refer you back to this video, a lot of things that we're going to go over, okay? So we are in Module 4, and you're going to be doing an informative speech. So I'm going to go over each aspect of it, and then we'll recap it at the end of this video. So you first look over the resources, look over the directions. This is a 3 to 5 minute speech. If you only speak for a minute and a half, you have done half of the required length, and therefore your grade will start at half credit, so 3 to 5 minutes, okay? So also here in the directions, it talks about topics that you cannot do. So make sure that you're looking at the directions before you do anything else. First thing you're going to do after you read through watch this video, read the reminders, and review the resources is post a topic for approval. So make sure that you're fully addressing each one of these questions, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then you're going to respond to 2 of your peers, at least 5 sentences, and please be better than a bare minimum student. And I'm not going to count any sentences like, great topic, I'm excited to see it. You have to give something more substantial than that. And so if you note that something might be off with their topic, such as maybe on the list of topics not to do, or you don't think they're going in the right direction, note that. Don't just give generic, great job comments, okay? So for your topic, you're just informing. You are just going to tell us about something that you know a lot about. There is no research. There is no AI allowed. You are going to just type in the text box. Don't upload anything. Number 1, what topic do you want to do? Think about your world, what you know, what you do. But then make sure that you look at the directions. You can't do things such as your sport, procrastination, sleep, anything social media or technology. The reason that those topics are off limits is because we're really promoting critical thinking. So think about something that's really important to you, something that would be neat to share with the audience. And so, so first you're going to look at post number 1, what topic? Number 2, why did you pick it? Number 3, what's your credibility? You have to have credibility with your topic. Why should we listen to you? This is, a good way to look at credibility. So, why is it that we should listen to you about this topic? And then number 4, what are your 3 key points? What you need to do is to help make this assignment make more sense is in the modules, okay? You're going to look at the resources, and you need to watch this number 6. This goes over the outline and what the requirements are, and there's even a sample of the student outline. It has to look just like this. It has to have the attention grabber, dash, reason to listen, or dash, colon, whatever, the preview of your key points. And so, and you don't say those things. These are guidance. So you're not going to get up and go, my attention grabber is this, my credibility is this. That sounds very forced, but these things are to guide you, and your outline must look just like that. I haven't talked about that yet, but if you need to watch the lesson over outlines before embarking on your topic, okay? Because it talks about the 3 different key points and what the requirements are. So that is very important that you watch that lesson in the resources and look at that sample outline. So you're going to first post your topic. Do not go forth if you don't get it approved. I'm going to go in. Hopefully by now you realize that I grade very, very quickly. If you have a question over a topic before you post it, shoot me an email. I respond to those very quickly, and I'll give you feedback in an email if you want to run something by me before you go to the efforts of answering all the questions in the forum. So after you get approval, again, do not go forth with this until you get approval on your topic. Once you get the approval, then you're going to create your outline. If you don't get full credit, let's say you don't get full credit on your topic, You got to check back quickly. You know, this class is fast-paced, so check back quickly. And then email me. Again, remember, do not respond in the submission comments. I don't get those. And so don't respond there, but email me. Let's say that I write on there, you can't do this topic because you went in a direction where it's a first person narrative. If you look at the directions, you can't do that. And you got a 0 for your main post. We're going to communicate during email, and then you're going to earn full credit on that assignment. You just have to take care of that quickly before the next part is due. Then you're going to do your outline. If you don't get if you miss an aspect of it and don't get full credit, check back quickly, make those revisions and resubmit. Make sure you're not submitting Google Docs. Those will not open. So if you submit something incorrectly and don't fix it until after the due date, it will be considered late. Following directions is very important. Then you're going to create a visual aid. The directions and the lesson on that is in the resources. So you have to utilize several of the resources. So click here and you'll find the lesson over the visual aid. I want you to watch the speech about how to present it, and I'm going to talk about that here in a moment. But so to recap, the resources, watch the lesson over the lesson over outlines, look at the directions, look at the student example, look at all of the resources there so you know how to do these assignments. Your visual aid is something that you are going to be using in your speech. It has to be physically with you. You have to control it. So ideally, you will present it, you know, on something behind you, like in the example that you can watch. But if you have to use your laptop next to you, let me see if I can position this where it's a little better for you. Okay, let's say that you have to have it on a table next to you, and let's say the table is, you know, right here next to you, and you show it. That is just fine. So if you have it next to you, I guess that my video is it makes me too. I can't get it low enough here, really, so let me try this. No, it won't make it low enough, but this still should be very clear in what your expectations are. So you have to have interaction with your visual aid. You know, as you can see here, and point things out. The biggest thing to remember is that your visual aid is not a note card. You do not want very much text on it at all. I wouldn't even use complete sentences. Pictures and bullets is what I would rely on. And then when you have to have the interaction, so you can't let somebody else control it. It's not for, it's for your audience there. It's not for you. So you're not going to be reading off of it and using it as a note card. But if you have to have a laptop, you cannot hold it. You do not want it in front of you. That's awkward. So you do not want it to be in front of you like this on a chair or on a table. It needs to be next to you. Okay, so you'll have to put it on something so it's next to you, not holding it on a table, on a bar stool, you know, on a bench, anything you have that you can prop it up next to you, and then you have to have that interaction with it. And so that is the requirement of this speech. You will post your link just like before, and get back here. Post your link just like before. Respond to your peers. You're going to be addressing the physical and vocal delivery. You know, really put effort into those responses to your peers. Make sure that you dress for the occasion, that you meet time. Remember, I start time when you start your speech. So, and then if you forget anything, you know, make sure that before you do anything, look this over. You know, it talks about the discussion. It talks about the outline, the visual aid. You're only allowed one note card, so, you know, don't bring your whole speech up there with you, and don't use the visual aid as a note card. So it gives you some reminders here. So if you have any questions or concerns, let me know. But, you know, pick something that you really like. It'll make memorizing this easier, and you don't have to have verbatim memorization, but you must follow the outline. I want you to think of the outline as somewhat like a plan page. This is what you're planning to say. If you stray from it, that is okay. And so if you have any questions or concerns, let me know, and let's have a great Module 4.